How's it going, everybody? I think we're streaming. Are we live? So, trying to stream more. Decided to talk to you guys about Bitcoin price history. How high can Bitcoin go? And go over realistic scenarios. I don't like when people inflate numbers. Um, the numbers I give though are going to sound inflated, but I'm going to provide what I believe to be enough proof for me to believe my thought process, I guess. So might not be for you. I don't know, but we'll kind of go through it. Why I think it can go so high and the reasoning behind it, and yeah. Um, I also changing this, not changing the channel, but adding. Um, I'm involved in a lot of weird stuff. I find that the things I'm involved in, the things I obsess over, nobody else is interested in that I know. I don't know anyone interested in anything. When I was a kid, like from water polo, like who does water polo? Then doing car shows, like who does car shows? And going all the way up to even Bitcoin, right? Who do you know in real life that does Bitcoin, right? Anyways, the new thing that I'm doing that nobody seems to. It'd be nice to like have a friend to like chat about every day about stuff. Especially like some of my thoughts are stupid, and it'd be nice to like talk to somebody about it first before I. But yeah, AI is essentially the other one. And since 2020, was it 21 November 2021? Um, that was that was when my shift started to go from crypto obsessed to um, AI. And I mean, I'm still crypto obsessed, but AI has taken a lot of my time. But at any rate, yeah, I kind of wanted to go over some Bitcoin stuff. So let's, kind of get into it. I was also, this is why I have a problem. I have ADD, and what I was trying to say earlier was I want to make videos of me messing around with AI products, especially like creating products. Um, and so maybe I'll do that at the end of the stream. I don't know. I want to create those videos that have relaxing music and it's like raining or whatever. And here's kind of the photo I'm gonna go with. I was thinking of making it like a Bitcoin. I can add the water falling here, and I can add flickering of lights, to make that kind of cool. Add a fireplace. I'm gonna add TV right here with Bitcoin commercial or videos playing that I really like. I don't know. Maybe like have the chandelier every once in a while. Anyways, it'll be cool. I mean, I think it'll be cool. I want it to be cool. We'll see. But maybe I'll do that in another video. uh, but yeah, let's talk about Bitcoin. So, in fact, maybe we shouldn't start at the halving. Let's start. Not 100% how loud this music is. I'm still learning how to stream again. I haven't streamed in like a year. Um, let's start with the Bitcoin price. Why not? All right, $72,000. That's crazy. Never been 72K ever. The peak was like what, 67, 68. Where's pew, 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 pew. Let's see. The peak was 67. It's hard to say because there's like a million exchanges, so sometimes like it would have traded higher on different exchanges, but 67K. And so 67 to 72. Now here's the issue. Here's the question I get from a lot of people. Oh my gosh, guys, it's 4 minutes into the stream, and I'm probably starting to talk about the thing that people actually want me to talk about. Um, um, Now I have a bunch of people asking me. Um, they're selling their crypto right now, and I get it. Great, you've made 500% since you've invested a couple years ago. Like that's a good time to pull out, for sure. I get it. Um, Way better than the stock market, right? So, actually, unfortunately, it's not that much better. Freak. It's great when the stock market explodes, but not because of the increase of money being printed out of thin air and pumped into the stock market. But anyways, that's another video. Um, but yeah, so people who want to sell, if you want to sell, I don't want to be the person that, you know, um, it tells you what to do. Do you, right? But here's my thought process. I'm wrong all the time, by the way. Everyone's wrong all the time, by the way. If anyone says they're not, they're bull crap. Especially when it comes to crypto. Come on, get out of here. Anyways, but let's kind of go over this. Okay, let's see. Oh wait, did I do the wrong? Oh, there it is. Sorry, I make a lot of sound effects. Um, yeah. So I don't know if you've ever seen this before. If you followed me in the past couple of years, I bring it up quite a bit. I've brought it up quite a bit in the last 3 or 4 years. This is not accurate, like foolproof. This is just like a chart, essentially that they call it the rainbow chart, and from it essentially, I don't know if you guys know this either, but Bitcoin is essentially based off of mathematics. So the halving, which we'll talk about in a second, happens every 4 years. It's like mathematically built to increase in value, and the reward system goes down, and it's all and anyway. So you can kind of chart it out due to however fast the adoption rate ends up happening. If it happened 10 times slower, we'd still have a rainbow chart. It would just be looking a little different. At least that's the idea of this. But yeah, this started back in 2010. So it's charted back in 2010. And it essentially goes through. Man, I feel like I'm getting shocked or something. The CIA trying to reprogram me. Just kidding. So now, let me just tell you a couple patterns of what's going on here. There's two patterns I want you to see, and since we actually see the whole rainbow chart, it's easier to see. One is once the halving happens, the Bitcoin never sees that price again. And two, once Bitcoin reaches its all-time high for a second time, once it hits its all-time high and crashes and then comes back and hits that all-time high again, it explodes in price. So let me just show you those two trends right here. So let's talk about the halving first before actually we get into that. The halving is something every single 4 years. Man, there's so much to talk about. If this is like the first video of like Bitcoin or something like that, there's a lot of information I'm just giving, expecting you to know it. And so every time I say something, I'm like, maybe someone doesn't know that. And let me explain that. Let me explain that. Let me explain that. But the reason why Bitcoin is running, who's paying? Right? Everyone complains about the power being used. Well, who's paying that power bill? Miners are. Miners are people that earn Bitcoin for running transactions, and essentially, you have Bitcoin rewards given out every 10 minutes, and then every it's not based off of 4 years, but every X amount of transactions, the rewards get cut in half. So I can't remember what it started out as, but maybe it says it right here. Every 4 years or 210,000 blocks, which is about every 4 years. So the first Bitcoin reward was 50. So every 10 minutes, Bitcoin was producing 50 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. And whoever helped with the transactions during that 10 minutes earned those 50 Bitcoin, right? If it was like 10 people, if it was 100 people, if it was 1,000 people, doesn't matter. Whoever helped run those transactions earned that 50 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. It eventually got cut in half, cut in half. And so right now, every 10 minutes, 6.25 Bitcoin are being rewarded for running the Bitcoin network. Well, in a month and a half or so, that's going to get cut in half to 3.125 Bitcoin. Now, you would think, like, hey, you're getting half the amount of Bitcoin, so that means it's not, you're mining it and running the transactions isn't as valuable. It's literally getting cut in half, 50%. And so that's what, but it ends up it ends up doing the opposite. We'll talk about why later, um, but yeah. Now let's go back to the rainbow chart. Now, when this halving happens, as you see, it happened here in 2012 when the halving happened. By the way, sometimes there's like a 30-day where it dips, but like right here, maybe like a month, November 8th, like July. It's like 4 months here. At any rate, so yeah, first one halving took place. Within a month or so, it exploded in price. Not saying it always explodes in price, but as you see, the halving happened, and we've never hit this price again. Halving happened again in 2016. Man, my mic too? Oh shoot! I just realized my camera. Why won't you stay on, Sony? Sony camera. Oh my word. Anyways, so yeah, having took place, never came again. Never, that price never came back again. Having took place, that price never came back again. Having took place right here, that price never came back again. So every single time that having has taken place, it's never reached that price again. And that's built, the mathematics behind how Bitcoin works was specifically made for that to happen, actually. Now, if you look at Bitcoin reaching its all-time high again, what just happened? What's going on? So we have the halving back in 2013. I'm not sure if I'm spiking my audio or not. So we have Bitcoin at $30, and then it crashes. Then once it hits $30 again, it was already on its way to exploding, but still, once it hit $30 again, it reached a new all-time high, right, of 230. So from $30 to $230. So as soon as it hit $30, boom, it exploded to 230. Then it crashed, then it hit 230 again, boom, exploded, and then went up to 800, $1,000, $1,200. This is the time I got into Bitcoin right around here. Then it crashed. Oh my gosh! By the way, imagine this: you have like 1,000 Bitcoin, whatever, and it's $30, and then it goes from $30 down to $2. I mean, it's understandable, especially, I mean, every year you go back or whatever, it's more and more understandable that this is some stupid internet bullcrap fad. People that, was just pumping the price to make money. It's dead, right? But then it happened again, right? It exploded. Now it's at 200, or it's at 1,000, and then it went from $1,000 down to, it's like 250 or something like that. Let's see, its lowest was 200, like around $200. Imagine buying up here $1,000 and it goes down to $200. Freak! Just and look at the time frame. Oh my gosh, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. Like, just if you've ever been to crypto long, wait, where's my if you've ever been to crypto a lot, or a long time, you realize it's like 1% amazing experience and 99% pain and suffering. Oops. Sorry, give me 1 second, you guys. I'm experiencing technical difficulties. Oh, experiencing technical difficulties. Oh my gosh. Alright, give me a sec. Alright, sorry. I normally have the chat pulled up and I don't know how to do that now. I forgot how I did that. Wait, maybe I can just go to my channel and view. So dumb. Sorry. I shouldn't say that. That's not a nice thing to say about yourself. Cool. So, yeah, I'm trying to get the hang of this stuff, you guys. Learning, learning, learning. So yeah, I went from 1,000, 1,200 bucks all the way down to a couple $100. Um, and then it hit its all-time high again at after it was at 1,000 bucks. Then we saw that 1,000 bucks hit again, and then it exploded up to that 20K level. So then it crashed again over X amount of years, right? And then when it hit its all-time high again at 20K, right here, right here, then it exploded. It went from 20K to that 67K, which is the all-time high. And then we were crashing again. Went from 60K all the way down to like 13, 14. It was, I think, 14.5 or something was the lowest. 5,000, 15, something like that. It's showing like 16, but and then now we're hitting all-time high again. So if you look at the price difference as well, $30 to 230 on this bull run from 2011 2014, and then this bull run went from $1,200 to 20,000. Right, so we went from a 30. Oops, sorry. Went from a 30. It was like 230. It's like 30 to a 230. What is that? 369, 10, or 369, 12, 48. It's like a 800-ish, more than an 800% increase. And then went from 230 up to 1,200. So after it crashed to wherever it was, went from 230 to 1,200. So it was like a 5x. And then it went from that 1,200 down to 3K, whatever it was, or 200 and some odd dollars, whatever it was. And then it went from 1,200 to 20,000, right? So like it was like a 15x or something like that. Then it went from 20,000 down to, then it went down to 3K or so, or right? Wasn't it down to like 3K? Well, yeah. And then went from 20,000 to 67,000 or something like that, right? So a little bit over a 300% increase. And now it's going from 67, and who knows what the next one's going to be. So, but even if it is, let's just say a 2x, then we're going from $67,000 to a little under 140,000, right? If it 3x's, we're in the 200K mark. So I don't know where this is going to end. Nobody knows, by the way. If anybody says they know, they're full of crap. But it's nice to know because the bigger the Bitcoin goes, the higher that everything else can go. So if you look at all of the cryptocurrencies out there, Bitcoin has a $1.4 trillion market cap. That's a lot of freaking money. And so just think about, so it's like, ooh, how high can Bitcoin go, or how high. Everyone asks me, how high do you think my token can go? And there's reverse math, right? You can take, what do you want, $1 million? Take $1 million, divide that by, the current price of whatever token you have, and then times that by the current price, and that's how much it'll take for you to hit that $1 million. And I'll show you what I mean here in a second. I'm gonna go to Luxo because everyone asked me about Luxo, um, and it's a low cap market project that I like. But yeah, think about this. $1.5 trillion essentially, right? If Bitcoin doubles, it'll be $3 trillion. All right, that's by the way, Bitcoin's not even bigger than Apple, right? Bitcoin as a currency for the world isn't even bigger than Apple, the company. So Bitcoin still absolutely has a lot of room to grow. And I'll talk about that here in a second. You guys won't even, again, you guys won't believe the number, but I'm going to show you proof, actual proof of how high that number can go. Not some bullcrap speculation. I want to hit my YouTube numbers, and I want people to like me. I'm gonna make my 60-second viral video. Sorry, I'm being dumb. Why aren't you doing it? Oh, I gotta click on it. But yeah, so $1.4 trillion, and it has circulating supply of about 19 million tokens. Now, if you were to go to something like Luxo, this has a $194 million market cap. So I don't think it's going to be as big as Bitcoin. But when people will ask, like, how high can your token go? Go to CoinGecko, look at the market cap, and essentially just divide that by whatever token that you think that project is similar to or can catch up to. And that's an easy way to be kind of lazy about it, I guess. But still, 194, let's see, 200 million. So even if it was as big as Ethereum, that 200 million into 400 billion, right? That's over 2000x. So the creator of Luxo, who created the ERC20 token on Ethereum, essentially that guy who made the token that made Ethereum explode and become the second biggest project and keep that ranking ever since it took it. The guy who created Luxo, and you would think that it could get up here in this type of ranking. So I say this a lot, and I assume though a lot of people haven't seen my other videos, and so I re-explain a lot of things. Sorry, but if you look at so yeah, Fabian Vogesteller, who does Luxo, created the ERC, or standardized the ERC20 token, and was one of the Ethereum founders. And Ethereum is a $480 billion market cap, which would put Luxo at, over a 2,000% gain. If it got to be as big as Cardano. I actually used to like Cardano, but that was before I knew what the heck I was talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about now. So, dude, this camera keeps going off. I'm sorry. Maybe in like 3 or 4 streams it'll actually be good and I'll know what the heck I'm doing. Anyways, so if it got to be as big as Cardano, see, Cardano is a $27 billion market cap. So definitely not as big as Ethereum, but still, it would be a 150x. Oh my gosh, am I doing the math correctly? At any rate, yeah, 27 billion. How many times does 200 million go in 27 billion? Um, but yeah, like 150 or it's around that number. At any rate, it's over 100x. That's all. That's I guess what really matters. Um, so yeah. Um, let's go down. Polkadot. Um, by the way, I'm making fun of Cardano just because it seems to be fluff. They haven't created anything that has actually worked or come close to working, and they just make all sorts of claims. And you start making claims, and one after another, after another, after another, it doesn't. Nothing comes true. It's like how much can you take of that, right? To be honest, Luxo has done some promises of they had a test net for years and then they launched with zero companies, big companies adopting the product. And it's like, anyways, has nothing to do with anything. It's still a good product. It's just like, how many times do you have to do that? Cardano's been doing that for like 8 years. So, um, dozens and dozens of things they said that was going to happen. None of it's happening. Nothing. So, um, whatever. Crimey River Cardano Bros. Um, Polkadot. By the way, Charles Hoskins or whatever, the creator of Cardano, he also doesn't even know how to code. So it kind of reminds me of, you guys don't know this, but there's a token called Verge, back in the day, and it exploded. It was in the top 5, 10, something like that, and it was from some nerd who didn't know some random guy didn't know anything about coding, and lost the entire hundreds of millions. I don't know what it was, but the entire market cap worth of tokens to trying to gamble, leverage trading other tokens, and it was a nightmare. But anyways, yeah, it's like how are you leading a game changer technology that's supposed to, with technology it's never been created before, if you don't even know how to code that technology? So I don't know, but I could be completely wrong. But anyways, Polkadot, Gavin Wood, he started this product. He was also he was an Ethereum founder as well. This product's 14 billion. 14 billion. So, um, yeah. If it got to any of these projects, now let's say it just got to. Now, okay. Here's also something to think about as well. We're gonna start comparing prices from to Luxo, to these prices that are currently going on with some of the Ethereum founders. So even if it just got into the top 10, 15, 20, something like that, we'll talk about that. But just think about this: if Bitcoin goes from 72,000 to 150, that's a 200% gain, right? More. That's a $3 trillion market cap. So if Bitcoin can go to 3 trillion, then Ethereum would double as well, right? And that would bring it to around $8 trillion for the second, right? And so all of these companies, if Bitcoin doubled, just assume they could double, if not more, right? Normally Bitcoin goes up, it explodes faster than any other token, and then for a short period of time, couple few weeks, Bitcoin starts losing price, or it stays steady a little bit, slowly goes down because people are throwing so much money into Bitcoin, but the big guys are selling them into alts. Um, um, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin's price will go, and then you'll find like a bunch of tokens that will just go from $8 to 500, in a week. But at any rate, so yeah, this could be $50 billion, $100 billion, right? If Bitcoin goes up. So let's go over. So let's just say if it got to like, um, what's it, a Cardano type level. How is Polkadot behind Cardano? By the way, this is kind of an example, I believe. By the way, here. If Cardano turns out to be a game changer technology and yada yada yada, um, then I often learn. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, but if you throw enough money into a problem, you could probably figure it out, right? But yeah, Gavin Wood, actually, come to think of it, he doesn't spend as much money as marketing. He's more about actually building code, which is actually the same thing with Fabian Vogelsellers 5. But at any rate, let's go to Luxo. Oh my gosh, I'm talking way too long. How much is this? 30 minutes. Oh, 30 minutes. Yeah. La Casa O. La Casa O. I'm actually kind of disappointed in this project, to be honest with you. I mean, it shouldn't be, right? I bought it at like $1.70, but still, like, I'm complaining over having like a 10,000% increase. Oh my gosh, that's so dumb. Anyways, so yeah, let's take that. Okay, so we want to know how much money it would take to invest into Luxo if we wanted to be $1 million. Oh, this video is called "How High Can Bitcoin Go?" Before I do that, let me just answer that question. Where's that rainbow? So yeah, if Bitcoin, this is what I'm talking about, ADD. I feel like everyone in the world has ADD. Anyways, so yeah, even if it does a 3x, right? We went from 1,200 to 20,000. We went from 230 to 1,200, right? So that's like a 5x, a 20x, a 3x. So what are we gonna do? 2x, 10x, 8x, but even if it does a 2x, right? That's still 120,000. 3x, we're still in that, a little under 200K. 400% brings us to $250,000. What does that look like? Right? So, the answer by how I can go, I don't know. Now, here's also something to consider. By the way, if you are still listening to this, it means you. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this freaking camera. If you are still listening, then somehow I've resonated you in a weird, dumb way. So I appreciate it. I'm chewing ice on a stream. I really think with my head. Anyways, now here's my answer of how high Bitcoin can go. I don't know the next level. I would assume we're gonna break 150 and we're gonna go up to 100 to 200K. That's my guess. I hope I'm freaking wrong. By the way, that's my low end guess. If it doesn't hit 100K, like, that would blow my mind, actually. But yeah, I don't know what that number is going to look like. But there's a couple things that we need to also consider. One, a war is going on. A war has not gone on this entire time. All right. Right. We pretended that there was a war going on, and oh my gosh, I shouldn't say that. That's messed up. Because people actually went to war and died. But yeah, whatever that was. Anyways, we haven't been through like a serious thing like we are right now. Right now, China and Taiwan and Russia, and there's a and the United States is funding this war, not with some like little country, a huge country we're funding. So, oh my god, this stupid camera, dude, I'm so freaking, I need to do something about this. But anyway, so I don't know what that looks like when it comes to what the price could be because Bitcoin has been known to hide money, transfer money, terrorism, that word. And it's true. But yeah, so that war is going on. So who knows what could happen during a war. So that's something to think about. The other thing to think about is the inflation that's going on right now. We printed more money in 2021. Think about this, you guys. The United States printed more money in 2021 than has ever existed in the United States. All right, let me look at this. 2021 printed more money. I don't know. Let's see if I'm full of crap. Oh, 80%. I am full of crap. 80% of all the crypto, 80% of all the United States dollars in existence was printed in in 2020 to 2021. That is crazy, you guys. The entire time this country has been a country, 80% of the money has been printed in 2020 to 2021. I feel like 2023 was maybe 100%. Anyways, doesn't matter. That's nuts. Um, so we're inflating our currency big time. So so what does that mean? 80% of the money was made in 2 years. So what happens in the next 10 years? Our debt right now is like 25-30 trillion dollars. Okay, so in 10 years, is it going to be 300 trillion? You know, so you have to think about where this is going. Where are the patterns going? Um, yeah. Now here's it's 20 trillion. We're close to 30 trillion. This is 4 years ago. Um, and 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 this, by the way, has happened 100% of the time any country has created a fiat currency. It's just mind blowing. Everything that's going on right now, and it's just like, all right, whatever. Well, thousands of times the rich have screwed over the poor, so it's just one of those things. Um, anyways, this is nuts. So if we're printing more and more money, then money's pointless, useless. It's just like a number, right? We're millionaires or we're trillionaires, billionaires, doesn't matter. Crank that number up, right? Remember when millionaires there was being a millionaire was a thing? Oh yeah, I want to become a millionaire. Now it's like I need $1 million at least if I want to retire. Oh, you want to buy a 2 bedroom in downtown LA? It's only $1.4 million. Um. So yeah, how high can Bitcoin go? Well, it just depends. I'm gonna let's see. How much? I haven't looked up this in a long time, but I know there's a chart out there. You are not it. Give me that. Give me that. There's a website that creates this like yeah, this company that how much maybe. Oh my gosh, so bad. No, do you want to buy a house? Oh, what's the noise? Oh. Right, let's see. Let me just. How do I get to something? No, this is not it. This is it. Come on, give me the whole thing. All right, sorry guys. This is worth it. This is worth it. How much money is there in the world? Infographic? Info? Oh, there it is. That's right. Visualcapitalist.com. Okay. So, let's talk about how high Bitcoin can go. So, first of all, yeah, let's skip all this. Doesn't matter. I guess how many actual coins and banknotes there are? $6.6 trillion, right? So that's how much actual cash there is. Doesn't in the world, right? Obviously, right? With the just like 4 or 5 companies in the United States being worth over $6.6 trillion. 98% of the money out there is digital, so whatever. Fed's balance sheet 7 trillion. Again, all this doesn't matter because the United States does not. Stupid camera. The United States does not look at value as actual assets. They look at value. I don't remember this happening last stream. But they look at value differently. I mean, for example, debt. Being in debt is an asset. So when you buy a house and you're in debt to that house. That house is an asset, so then you could leverage that debt into loans and getting more assets debt. Anyways, yeah, that's a whole other video. Anyways, but yeah, billionaires, right? There's $8 trillion worth of billionaires in the top, X amount of people, or 2,000 billionaires, right? So that's over what the United States have. So obviously there's a ton of money, right? Gold, 10 trillion. Come on, get it. So this is how much actually money should be in the world. That's not true though, because we're all gamblers and we love to just throw money at things that aren't anything if it means we make money, right? Fortune 500. Okay, stock markets. All the stock market at their $89 trillion, right? So the stock market, as you see, is worth way more than the actual money that we have on the earth to pay for the stocks, right?
Oh, it's backed by assets, and it's backed by use cases and customer base, and figmented reality.
Okay, so money supply 35 trillion. So this is all the actual physical money in the world, I believe, right? Um, and now we're gonna get into the actual money. So I don't know if you know this, but if you give a bank $1,000, they can then loan someone else $9,000, and that person doesn't pay back that $9,000. Now that there's debt created out of nowhere, that negative money is has to be it. There was not even there. You had $1,000. The bank was like, "Cool, thank you for the $1,000." They took that. This is real life, by the way. They can take that $1,000 and invest $9,000 into the stock market and lose it all, or loan it to somebody. And if they lose it, then they have to obviously take that money from somebody else. But that's okay, because they can take somebody else who invested $10,000 and they're now gambling with $90,000 out of thin air, and they can pay off their imaginary debt with imaginary money. That's a whole other video. All right, sorry guys about the video. I'm kind of done doing this stupid. Oh wait, I can do this.
Oh, I can do this.
USPA video, a Droid camera, Logitech, boom. All right, sorry Sony, you're just gonna have to chill out for a bit. Cool. Sorry, $1,500 camera. I'm gonna have this $30 camera do the job I wanted you to do, but you're struggling somehow. Sorry, I'm just complaining. So yeah, global debt, $255 trillion, because we're just like loaning money that doesn't exist. Oh my gosh. Real estate, $280 trillion, right? Global wealth, $360 trillion, right? The total wealth of the world. Now this is where it actually comes in. Money comes into play. Derivatives. Oh my gosh, it is crazy how much gambling is going on essentially with derivatives, and they're thinking it's in the quadrillion. Look at that, $1 quadrillion. This is all what the stock market is, just gambling on money on money on money on money on money. Oh, there's an asset. Who gives a crap? You know what the United States economy is like? It's like, I have family, by the way, that does network marketing, and everyone's like, a lot of network marketing companies will sell a. Who cares about the product? Doesn't matter. All we care about is the pyramid scheme, right? You bring in three people, who bring in three people, who bring in three people, and bring in three people. That's not a pyramid scheme, by the way, at all. That'd be a corporation, right? A corporation's a pyramid scheme. Anyways, but wow, I'm getting off track. Regardless, derivatives, gambling off the stock market, and that's what that's pretty much all over our. I mean, this is where all of our money. I mean, this is it. Right, derivatives. This is pretty much who cares. Who cares about the entire planet? Gambling is worth more than everything the planet's ever existed, right? If one guy owned the entire derivative market and he was based off of the moon, then you could say that that one guy in the moon had more value than the entire planet of Earth, like 1,000 times over. Obviously, that's stupid. And that's how we are. We're humans. We're stupid, and we're like, oh, there's value out of nothing. Can it make me rich?
All right, let's add a lot of value to it.
Anyways, so how can Bitcoin go? Yeah, who knows? I mean, realistically, when it comes down to, it's fun to make fun, but Bitcoin is the first world money, and hey, some other token, coin, whatever you want to call it, could take its place. Who knows? They find a way to scale a currency with making it secure without people being able to, make duplicates or hack it, or make sure it's fungible and make sure it's accessible to everybody in the world. Like, there has to be certain aspects of whatever would take it over, but it looks like Bitcoin's it, and nothing has ever come close to Bitcoin. And Bitcoin's grown big enough to where now entire countries would have to resource their entire capital of their defense market budget just to take over Bitcoin, in which Bitcoin would be like, oh, this is weird. And they would just say, all those transactions, we're just not going to do with it. You guys did something stupid. We're going to go back and we're going to fork our chain, and we're going to go back 3 days, and we're going to take those transactions and move forward, right? Or whatever the case. So, which probably doesn't make sense if you don't know Bitcoin. So, yeah, Bitcoin will be tens of trillions, hundreds of trillions. It'll be worth a ton eventually, because of the fact that it's a world money. And then, of course, you're going to take that world money. Right now, the global wealth is 360 trillion. Right, Bitcoin is worth 1.4. So even if it was even if it was 1% of the global wealth, according, to this, and this isn't talking about the gambling derivatives, anything like that. But still, it would go from, that would be the 150,000 mark. 150,000 would be like around 1% of the global wealth, right? 2%, it would bring it up to 300K, right? So, yeah, and it's a world money, right? But then you can gamble off of it, which adds another 10x value from gambling, right? So that brings up to like $2.5 million a token, right? And that's still 2%. So what if it became 10%? Now we're in the tens of millions. So I do think Bitcoin is something that will eventually just grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. And it's one of those things that if you know about like how money works, every single country that has ever existed in the entire world that we have history and records of have followed the same path of failure when it comes to their money, where they have real actual money, which is gold, silver, something that's backed, that no one can manipulate, steal, duplicate, anything like that. Not steal, but you know what I mean. And then eventually they need money because they're going to war, because their citizens hate their king, and they need to do some fun stuff for them to do, so they forget about hating their king, or whatever the case. Right, works, right, public works, or whatever the case. And they need money, so then they start clipping their coins, right? They cut the little edges and make the coin, like, clip a tiny little edge off of every coin, like 10% of the coin, and we'll throw all that in, and we'll make, for every 10 coins we'll make another coin, right? But that wealth came out of nowhere. It's inflation, right? The same path of failures happen literally 100% of the time. The United States dollar will fail. That's something I'm confident in. The United States dollar will 100% fail. Do you know how I know that? Because when we look at any record in existence, anything we could possibly read or take record of, literally 100% of the time it has failed. And by the way, It hasn't failed like different random ways. The exact same path of failure. The exact same path of failure. In 2017, I was talking about this, not because I was some guru and I'm like, oh, look at this guy. He knows what he's talking about. Oh, yeah. I predicted what's happening right now because it's happened hundreds of times. Countries have fallen because of this, like huge countries. So, yeah, Bitcoin can go freaking hella high. I'm thinking, I mean, who the hell do I? What the hell do I know? I'm thinking like 150, 250 right in there before it crashes, restabilizes, or whatever. I don't know. But I hope I'm wrong. And because of what's going on right now with the war, and because of what's going on right now with the inflation, everyone starts realizing with money that they need to dump their assets into Bitcoin. By the way, there's also a lot of gambling that can't go on with Bitcoin securely, because there needs to be some bigger players involved as well. So like the real money, the real derivative markets, like they can't even. It's not stable enough for the real money to come in yet, right? So, but yeah, so yeah, how much money do we need? So let's just say this, we go to 27 billion. If we just go to 27 billion dollars market cap, again, that's that's pretty much Cardano right now, right? Again, if Bitcoin doubles and this doubles, then what we're going to show you is going to double. But again, if we just are looking at the price of Cardano right now, and I'm saying Cardano because it's a stupid project. I could be wrong, by the way, but what I believe to be a dumb project by one of the fake Ethereum founders. And it's at 26 billion. So yeah, if we went to 27 billion dollars with that, then that would 100x, which would bring this $6 token to 600. And so, like, how much money do you need to become a man? I haven't done this in a long time. Let's see, 1 million, and we're going to divide that. We want $1 million. And we're going to divide that by 6.47. So we would need $154,000. If we had $1 million right now, it would take $154,000. That being said, I'm doing this backwards, by the way. But if it 100x, which would be the size of Cardano, then you would need 1,500. So you want to make $1 million. If Luxo hits the same price of Cardano, then you would need 1,500 tokens. So 15, again, I'm doing this backwards. I normally do it, but it's 1,545 times 6.47. That's 10,000 bucks. Obviously, if 100x's, oh my gosh. Obviously, for the 100x's. Oh my gosh, it's so stupid. Sorry, this is why it's my bedtime. 10 p.m. is my bedtime. Can't wake up at 5 a.m. if you don't go to bed before that, right? I'm old, so I need my sleep. This isn't a good shot of me. I just looked at my screen. Look at your fat neck. I like it from up here because then it looks like I'm kind of like skinnier. Oh, I got that. Yeah, I got that. That's good. But yeah, I guess that's it. I don't know. I tried this out in the last call. It'd be nice to give like percentages and all that sort of crap, but yeah. Now here's the deal, guys. Everyone tells me to look at projects. There's scam projects that do well. Let's look at the top 10. Tether. This is, by the way, dollars. So this isn't even a crypto project. This is a oh my gosh, sorry, my mouse got stuck. These are dollars. Okay, so obviously Bitcoin, Ethereum, people should know that, right? This is the money. This is the Ethereum of the future, or whatever you want to call it. Ethereum, Internet 2.0. I don't know, whatever. I'm not here to argue or debate that, but yeah, these have always been the top two. Tether is a dollar-based currency, so one Tether equals $1. Um, BNB, which is Binance's token, they're an exchange, so they incentivize you to hold their token. You get these little lotteries where you could possibly be able to invest in tokens at lower prices as it's going on the exchanges. A bunch of cool stuff. So you're incentivized to hold this token, and they're like one of the largest exchanges in the world. As soon as they stopped carrying U.S. customers like 4 years ago, I stopped giving a crap about them, um, but their BNB token is always going to do great as long as BNB is great with customer base. Solana is trying to be the new Ethereum. I don't know. Solana's been hacked before. It's centralized as whatever. I'm not here to argue that. But it's like an Ethereum based token. I'm not sure why I'm going to all this. Staked ether. Yeah, that's Ethereum that's staked, so it's pretty much this right here. So I'm not. Ripple. Why am I going through every single token in the top 10? I was trying to tell you about scams or tokens that don't actually have value. XRP holds value in the fact that it helps with litigating cross seas country transactions with oh my gosh, this is gonna bother me. I'm gonna have to look it up. The company that does cross sea payment mid. Oh my gosh, come on, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. Oh my gosh. Look at this. I'm still using ChatGPT where I can just type in gibberish and it's like, oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because this is making me upset. I thought it was just gonna be right there. All right, look at it. All right, fine. Let me freaking do my GPT. So I like ChatGPT. I'm just gonna tell me right away. What's that country that does cross sea payment help for banks? Oh my gosh, what am I talking about? Swift. See, Swift knows what I'm talking about. It knows how to talk stupid. So yeah, Swift is the company I was talking about. Ripple helps. They have a ton of their stock of currency, and they essentially do the actual transaction with their currency, which helps save them money. And yeah. By the way, that was ChatGPT. If you don't know what that is, you should. It's changing the world for reals. And then this is another dollar pegged. And then here we go. First scam. Who gives a crap? This isn't going to ever give any value. And somehow it's worth $26 billion piece of crap Cardano. Dogecoin is nothing. It's a stupid coin that's only there for meme's sake. That being said, you have enough programmers and use case like this can be used as currency absolutely 100%. But it's solely here for the lulz. Shiba is solely here for the pump. Both of these tokens have no original quality outside of the fan base, which doesn't mean they're going to do bad, by the way. But just saying, these three companies, like, who gives a crap? What value are they bringing to the world? Nothing, except for the lulz, which, to be honest, it's kind of worth it. Obviously, it is. Look at that, $25 billion worth it. But yeah, let's see. Tron coin. I don't know what this is, but it's probably Tron. I assume it has to do with Justin Sun's token. Tron. Oh, which is right here. I don't know. Anyways, but regardless, here we go. Here's another scam. This one is people who wanted to essentially duplicate the token. They got twice as much Bitcoin in form of Bitcoin Cash, and they were able to essentially sell. If they had like 30,000 Bitcoin, they now had 30,000 Bitcoin Cash, and they're trying to fork the token to be the new Bitcoin, and it's just gone downhill since. And a lot of people don't like the owners and the people behind it. There are some good people behind it too, but yeah, one of the co-creators of, not co-creators, but supporters of it, Craig Wright, he pretends that he's Satoshi Nakamoto. He pretends he created Bitcoin. He lies about it. He's been caught multiple times. So like, yeah, this is, who gives a crap about this stupid project? I understand actually. I get. I mean, I people thought the code should have been a certain way, and other people disagreed. And obviously, the other people, the ones who disagreed, won because that's who's using the token more. But that just being said, that's not the point. There's like in the top 15, there's like 3 or 4 or 5 tokens that are scam. Who gives a crap? So when it comes to what's going to pump to what, no one knows. I would just gather a bag of, the I don't know what exchanges people are on, but they all are doing something. But none of these projects work. Literally, 100% of these projects don't work. I mean, as they are supposed to be intended to. Bitcoin does 15 transactions per second. You need to do hundreds of thousands of transactions per second, or at least 80,000 transactions per second or so. I mean, freaking Visa does 15,000 transactions per second. It can go up to 60, 70,000 transactions per second, right? So Bitcoin has to reach that. And if it can only do 15 transactions per second, or 6, 7 transactions per second, actually, something like that, it's not going to be able to scale. No one can use it. What if 100 people want to use it at the same? What if 10,000 people want to use it at the same time? It's going to create long lines of transactions taking hours to go through. Anyways, so that needs to get fixed. Ethereum as well. Super. People like to say that things are decentralized. 100% of the people that say that are like, it's in the future. It's not decentralized right now. Oh, but we have a community that votes on stuff. Oh, so they vote on them, and who changes it? We do. So you and your 8 programmers do everything for the company, and you change everything, and you code everything, and you make everything look the way you want it to? Oh, yeah, but we have voting. Okay, well, if you 8 died in a plane crash, then who would do it? No one. Okay, so it's not really decentralized. It's centralized in the fact that you have to be there. I get it. It's going to be decentralized. But yeah, nothing works, you guys. Nothing works in crypto. That's why I like AI, by the way. Everything works in AI. Not everything, by the way, but everything works a little bit. And there's quite a few companies that are spectacular at working right. Working projects right out the gate. 2021 AI changed the game. All of a sudden, an LLM was able to recognize patterns in a way that allowed sentence sentiment to take place, which allowed people to not only write sentences, be able to understand the sentences, but be able to reference the sentences, and actually not only be able to keyword those sentences but be able to actually explain those sentences. I know it sounds dumb, but that little tweak right there, which essentially took an algorithm that started back in the 60s and got upgraded back in like 2023, and then again in 2011, and then again in 2018, and then all of a sudden 2021. Not like it's like crazy, like boom, something happened, boom, something happened, boom. Anyways, but 2018, OpenAI essentially launched the ChatGPT. 2021, they launched it to the public essentially, and ever since then, everything has been mind blowing. But yeah, but this is all speculative. Can you imagine what Bitcoin's going to be worth when it actually works? You guys don't understand that because, I mean, a lot of you might not understand that because you're like, how about Bitcoin work? I can buy Bitcoin, I can sell Bitcoin, I can use Bitcoin as transactions, but it's not not. I'm not saying this. There's no. I'm not. This isn't a.
Oh, this is Skylar's opinion.
It's not able to factually. Anyone who knows Bitcoin will tell you that it's not ready for mass adoption. So imagine what Bitcoin will be like when it is ready for mass adoption, right? I mean, mass adoption in the sense that, yeah, hundreds of thousands of people can use it, but we need billions of people to use it. And machines are going to use it too, right? Your refrigerator is going to buy milk because you're running low. Your you know your man, this is such a your automatic payment transactions or whatever the case, right? Anything that's done with a machine to machine, right, type of transactions. So you may only do like 3 transactions in a day, but there's so many miniature transactions going on, right? So there's just a lot that needs to happen before this actually is adopted. Same thing with Ethereum as well. And everything's, there's much problem with crypto. I talk crap on crypto a lot. It's because 99% of it's garbage, piece of crap, and everyone's scamming everyone. Everyone's in it for themselves for the most part, and lying through their teeth, and Bitcoin put a sour taste in my mouth. Because of crypto, I realized I don't believe anything ever. I don't care what the sentence is. I don't care if I'm going to investigate it. I don't care if you're showing me proof. I don't know what proof that is. That's your proof. I need to go and find my proof. I need to find the same crap that you did, but my way. Right? Anyways, I'm getting off subject, but yeah, I am a kind of a hater of crypto. I hate so much of its garbage. But Bitcoin, I'm fully backed by it. Literally everything other than Bitcoin, who gives a crap? It's fun. That could be useful. Oh, that could definitely change our lives, make it better. Bitcoin's the first people's money that's ever existed in humanity. No one can hack it. No one can steal it. No one can manipulate it. No one can take it. No one can do anything. And anyone with the internet can access Bitcoin and use Bitcoin through transactions. And Bitcoin allows you to access every single banking instrument that's available to anybody on the planet currently today. So yeah, somebody in a village in that has 30 people in that village, someone can draw pictures or write a story or do whatever, do a blog or do whatever type of thing online, and now become literally like one of billionaire, millionaire. Take that, because they're using a money, but they couldn't use that money. Imagine someone in Venezuela. Someone in Venezuela cannot create a shop and then all of a sudden start selling stuff for United States dollar. No. Can you do that even in the UK? No. You have to use your own currency. Like there's all these rules and regulations and but now you just need your phone. Anyone who has a phone can use a bank. Anyone who has a phone can sell and buy stuff. And by the way, the government can't do crap about it. Oh, you're gonna take my Bitcoin away? Okay, do you know the password? Oh, you don't know the password. Oh wow, you don't know the password. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, you want me to tell you the password? No, you can go to hell, but you can try. Right? Literally, governments can't hack it. That's not true, actually. People can hack it, but what it would take, people are afraid of, by the way, people are afraid of supercomputers. Let me tell you my thing about supercomputers. A supercomputer, by the way, there's no supercomputers that exist. So think about the first supercomputer that will exist. It'll be by Google, by the government, by whatever, and they will need to perform a task. What's the first task the public will be aware of that supercomputer can do? Is it hack Bitcoin? Is the government going to reveal that they have a supercomputer that can hack Bitcoin by hacking Bitcoin? Now we're going to know the government has some supercomputer. That's a revelation? Well, Bitcoin must be one of the most important freaking things ever if they're revealing their most powerful tool to hack Bitcoin. And by the way, if it gets hacked, then the people who run the Bitcoin network are going to be like, we're going to go backwards and say 2 days ago, before this weird network thing took place, we're just going to go back and start our transactions over again, right? And now the government just released they have a supercomputer, and now our enemies know about it, or whatever, right? Or the United States, or whatever the case. So, so yeah, Google's gonna do it. That's gonna be the first thing is hacking Bitcoin. When if you hack Bitcoin, people are gonna know. Anyways, so yeah, and then so they're going to do a supercomputer, they're going to do some task, and then now the supercomputer is available, people are going to understand what it can do, what it's, and Bitcoin's open source code, it can be changed, it can be, so yeah, I don't, the supercomputers, I don't care. AI, by the way, I don't care either. Everyone's like,
ooh, technology. Oh, we need to regulate. Ooh, we need the government to regulate. Or
no, I don't. I'm not on board with that. Personally, you can do you can think whatever you want, but I think when great technology that changes the world comes about, and you want to stop it or limit it, well, that's on you. If you do stop it or limit it, then other people are not going to stop it or limit it, and now you're left behind. So I don't think stopping it or limiting it is the issue. It's AI is going to replace all customer service agents out there. 100% of them gone. No need for them. You're going to call your customer care. You're going to talk to what sounds like a human you won't even know, and they're going to give you 100% accurate information. There's not going to look anything up. There's no talking to supervisors. It's going to be the most amazing experience ever. And it's already, the technology is invented. It's created. It's already done. But it's only been around for a year. So it's going to take a couple of years for corporations to sell that. So are you getting mad?
Oh my gosh, there's hundreds of thousands of people
going to be displaced. Okay, do you think there's going to be hundreds of thousands of homeless people? Or do you think just like the Industrial Revolution came along, people are going to adapt and find other jobs and find other ways to make money, right? Well, if you're really mad about it, oh, you're mad that, Verizon or AT&T or what, or, or your power company, oh, your power, oh my gosh, my bank, they just laid off 150,000 reps because they don't need their customer service reps anymore. Well, then either people are going to be pissed off and then be like, dude, screw Bank of America. Wait, it's not even a bank anymore. Screw Chase Bank. They just laid off 150,000 people. They're not going to bank there anymore, and the bank's going to go down. And then the bank's going to be like, oh crap, we're losing tons of customers. And then the bank's going to be like, hey, that 150,000 people that we just fired, we're going to give them free pay for 2 full years as if they worked here. And they have 2 full years to do what they want. Oh, now everyone's happy. Now the 60,000 people that are displaced are going to find something else. Or they're not. It doesn't matter. But now the corporation is in trouble. Whatever the case. I'm just making crap up. I'm just a random scenario that could take place. But yeah. Yeah. I don't. I think Bitcoin's going to take over the currencies of the world because governments are all distrustful and governments should not be in control, by the way, of anything. I'm a firm believer of that as well. When people say,
"Oh, the government should be involved,"
essentially what you're saying is, Grandpa, they're making fun of me. Grandpa, they're not gonna, right? They're a bunch of old people. You think some 80-year-old dudes know what the hell they're doing?
Oh, they have experience. Remember in 1975 when they were in charge of...
I don't know what I'm doing with that voice, but yeah, government shouldn't be in charge of anything, you guys. I mean, I don't know who should be in charge or not. I don't know the answer to that. I think the government should be they should be involved in a sense of like, the people want this done, so the government will organize it to get it done. Not the government shouldn't be making these decisions. Government shouldn't have any power. The people should have all of the power, and the government does what the hell the people want. But of course, one by one, right? Government wasn't supposed to declare an act of war, but all of a sudden a president declared an act of war, and now every president since has had the ability to declare an act of war, right? All of a sudden, one by one little step happens, and we're going back to where we were before the country started and what we were fighting against in the first place. But that's a whole another video. At any rate, yeah, I don't know how high is Bitcoin going, but I do believe right now is the time to it's 3 4 years of pain and suffering and 2 weeks of amazing, and right now we're building up to that 2 weeks, right? So maybe the next 35 days, maybe the next 50 days, right? We'll slowly go up to that 100K mark, and then we'll explode to 200K, and then, anyways, so that's my spiel. That's my video. And in the last little bit, I just want to go over a couple of things really quick. Oh yeah, I'm making one of those. That's right. I told you I'm making a video. Anyways, I don't have time for this. I was gonna go over Sora, some of the AI stuff. Look at this. This is AI. That's so crazy. I kind of want to go over some AI stuff. And Sora is amazing. They just released their video like a month ago, and they've been releasing more videos. But this is text to video, you guys. So right here, this is someone who did a prompt. The prompt was tour of an art gallery with many beautiful works of art styles. This is it. I know this isn't Bitcoin, guys. Sorry. I was going to talk about both things, but it's becoming late. But it's crazy. Anyways, this is the stuff I've been into lately, and the companies I've been, and this is real. This isn't like a project that might do something in the future. This is the company that has this product right here, where they type in some words and a video comes out. I mean, obviously they do a ton of other stuff, but this is one of their products, and it actually works. That's so crazy. You guys, I'm telling you, this is what is actually going to happen, and not like maybe in the future, maybe our children, maybe our grandchildren. In like very soon, 10 years, someone will be able, maybe before that, someone will be able to say, go to an AI and say, hey, I want to make a movie about this. This is my friends. I don't know if, this is, kind of talk to it, would type it in, whatever, and say, and then make a movie. It'll get the script out the movie, and then you'll put that movie into a video generation thing, and then it'll make a movie out of your movie script. It'll have the same characters. It'll have it'll have the same and you'll be able to create entire like movies that Michael Bay would be proud of out of text, right? So that's what's coming. This is Sora. I want to talk about a lot of AI projects. Literally, I have so many projects to talk about. These are AI mistakes that Sora did, by the way. But text to video, basketball through hoop then explodes, right? But still, can you imagine that? Typing this in, just saying, I want to do this. This isn't it. I like the mistakes. They're creepy. They're trying to pick a chair up out of this. Like, what's going on? What's wrong with this one? Like her hand? Anyway, I'm excited for this text to video, you guys. This is so crazy. It makes you think, like, are we even real? This is text to video. A large orange octopus scene resting at the bottom of the. That's so crazy. There's no more stock videos. By the way, as of right now, even you don't need stock videos anymore. You don't need stock and not videos, stock images anymore. You can make those, and soon you won't need stock videos. So all those websites will go away, right? Anyways, I was going to show some of the videos. This is nice because it kind of shows the blue people are supposed to hide, the red people are supposed to find, and you're supposed to stay out of the sight. They essentially created this little game in this little environment, and they all they did was give instructions. This is what the blue team's supposed to do. This is what the red team's supposed to do, and they give rewards, right? If the blue team, if you are not seen, then you get a point. If you see people, then you get a point. That's the reward system. So um, thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of games were played. And eventually, not only were they able to like hide, but they were able to like manipulate the area as the game started to block the ability for their enemies to find them. Even like, see, if you saw before, they used the red people use the ramp. Now after thousand, 100,000, I don't know, games, they took the ramp away and they took the blocks and blocked them in. So like this is kind of what the AI learn with the like if you're doing AI learning, there's like race games as well. You have to get to the end of the racetrack and they just fly off the racetrack hundreds and thousands of times, and then they realize they're getting a little bit longer if they turn and not fly off the racetrack, and slowly they learn things, and then they start, and it's crazy what happens is not only do they like learn things, but like in this instance they're trying to hide, um, but that's all they're given, and so they have to figure out their environment, and so they had squares, now they have these little rectangles, and but it's kind of crazy. I wonder if they oh yeah, so here's another one. So this is, yeah, hundreds of thousands, millions of race of AI, who were trained to go around racetracks, and so um, millions of times it did this, and it took a while before it got to where it's at right now, because they would just fly off the tracks and do all sorts of stuff, but and this is just one example, by the way. But this is how they trained race car games. But um, yeah, new. Anyway, I guess that's it. I'm gonna let you go, but yeah, I'm not selling my crypto. I'm always gonna have Bitcoin. Um, I don't know. I don't know what to. There's a lot of good projects. You can find projects on CoinMarketCap and stuff like that. I would definitely not who gives a crap about the token price, right? For example, this token price. Let's look at these tokens. Right, they're not the same. This token is like 100, right? Solana is 100. It's because they have a ton more tokens, right? They have they have 571 million tokens. So 571 million tokens. If you were to take their market cap of 68 billion, divide that by their tokens, it equals out to be 153. So the price doesn't matter, and you don't have to have, like, for example, 4,000 to buy these tokens or whatever the case. Um, you can buy a partial. It's like Bitcoin. You can put $100 into Bitcoin at $71,000, right? But people are people, and they're going to like look and be like, "Oh, Ethereum is 4,000, but XRP at 69 cents." So if XRP gets to be the same price as Ethereum, and look how close it is in their ranking, but that doesn't matter at all. This is what matters: the market cap. So 38 billion into 485 billion. That's how much it could grow if it went as big. Anyways, but like I said, people are people, and they see a 40-cent token versus a $1,000 token. People are going to just put money in the 40-cent token. So a lot of those can explode a lot more. So I don't know. I don't know what the right strategy is, but I have my little bags, and I'm constantly putting money in every single check. And even when crypto starts dying out and it goes up to $250,000, and over the course of 3 years it goes back down to 60K or 70K or whatever the case, I'm still going to be putting my money into Bitcoin. So, but yeah, there's a lot of projects doing a lot of stuff. I can go through, the top 50, and most of them. It's funny how normally when you go through a bull cycle, the top a bunch change. I haven't really been looking at the prices and the rankings literally for like a year and a half year. I've looked at the price 3 times in the last week and a half, at least CoinGecko. I mean, I have an app that I do these little reward things in, but actually going through it, it's been like a year and a half. But anyways, they're still like all the same projects. I love Uniswap. That was fun. That was such a nice present. Anyone who was involved with the Uniswap drop, heck yeah, right? I think it dropped like $4 or $6. Jeez, free tokens. If you just used their Uniswap, they gave every single person who used it like how many tokens did we get? Like 100 tokens at four. I don't know. I got like I swear I got like a couple $1,000. It was like 4 or 5 grand I got off of one wallet, and I had like three wallets. There was like 3 or 4 grand. I can't remember. Um, but uh, but yeah, Litecoin Charlie Lee, right? I like Charlie. Um, Near Protocol. Wow, wow. ICP is up. I don't even know what this is. I mean, I know that it was a project that was in. I saw it in a coin um coin Coinbase. There we go, freak. Oh, are they not in Coinbase anymore? Or was it crypto.com? Maybe it was Binance. I swear it was on crypto.com. I have no idea what this is, by the way, this project. I've looked it up so many times, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what it is. And then it's just like, it's just so uninteresting. They're not doing anything. They're so boring. Who's behind this project? Oh my gosh, it's $97. Okay. Oh, this is another thing to look at. Look, this is 97% down from its all-time high, and it's currently number 23. So 97%. If ICP just went back to its all-time high, which by the way, I'm not promoting this project at all, but if it went just back to its all-time high, it would be at $700. That's gnarly. I mean, come on. If you have $100, right? I'm not saying do it, but I'm probably gonna throw a couple hundred, right? Yeah, $100. Why not? $100. Because if it goes up to, let's see, 700 divided by 14, what's that? It's let's see, 50, 30. It's 3, 6, 9. It's 6, like 6, 7 is 100, and then we're going to 7, 48, right? So it's a 48x, 50x, something like that. If it gets back to its all-time high, so yeah, $100 could turn into 5 grand. But yeah, that's always nice to look at. Is their all-time high? By the way, this is the all-time high when Bitcoin was at $67,000, or was below that, right? So if it gets to be at 200,000, this could go up 300x. I don't know. And it's a top 23. It's not even a low cap coin. It's a $6 billion coin. Anyway, yeah. Now some of these I don't know. The Synthetics has dropped quite a bit. They just have synthetically wrapped tokens of different assets on their chain. There needs to be a chain that connects all these. By the way, there's still a lot of problems. Like, you can't send one Bitcoin to an Ethereum address, it's different tokens. But that's kind of like saying you can't send a Yahoo email to a Gmail. You need to be able to do that. You need email. Gmail needs to be able to email Gmail or Yahoo, right? Vice versa. So there needs to be a way that these companies can interact. If the entire internet is based off of Ethereum and they're using Ethereum tokens, then they won't use Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's irrelevant with Ethereum? No. They have to be able to communicate. And that hasn't even happened yet. Anyways, I'm talking too much. I'm going to get off. On my next video, though, I am going to I'm going to edit this. I'm going to make some waterfalls, some flickering, add a TV. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to make one of those, like, videos of brain jazz or something background. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna leave. It's been an hour and a half. Oh my gosh, I miss. Anyways, have a good one, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you later. Bye.